Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So today's podcast is with Dr. Vidya Patil. Let me just list your qualifications to show you that how good of a doctor she is. She has an MBBS. She has a diplomat of National Board. She has a diploma in family planning, and she's also a doctor of medicine, that is MD. She also has her own hospital called Arya Nursing Home. Uh, we discuss coronavirus, we discuss its remedies, medicine, uh, everything about it. We also discuss the Baba Ramdev's new Goli, which he says that it can cure coronavirus and everything about it. Yeah, pull up a chair and listen up.
Okay, three, two, one, and okay, we're live. Hello, ma'am. How are you? Okay, let me just introduce you.
Hi,
We
Keval.
have.
How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm
How
doing
are you
good.
doing in this pandemic?
Yeah, I'm doing well. We are taking a lot of precautions. A lot goes, a lot of efforts are taken in to prevent the patient to and patient to. It's a big battle going on.
Right. But what is up with this? Today you must have heard the news. Ramdev Baba discovered a new medicine, and he's claiming that it can cure COVID. How truth is that in that statement?
From the earth. Everything has come from plants and some derivatives which are already there existing. So, in the modern medicine, we use pure medicines. Like there are, we find them out in a molecular level. We know exactly how it works.
Right.
But Ayurveda also has some, because it has been from a very, very long time that we are using these medicines. And maybe it does work. Time will tell. And they have done some research work also, probably. But we
Right.
don't know as to which class of patients, whether they've used it in very serious patients, whether they've used it in very
Hmm.
mild cases. We yet have to see.
Okay,
But
so it's
if
not
something, yeah, because see, in such a situation which we are facing today, anything that helps us is going to be welcome.
right, of course, yeah.
Somehow that disease has to be, controlled and eradicated.
But this might be like, do you think it might be at least a temporary tentative something, tentative medicine?
Yes, anything is welcome. At this point of time, anything that helps a patient's is really welcome. Anything in the
Right.
sense that some things that increase your immunity is good, is welcome. Something that
Hmm.
helps in controlling the infection at the cellular level is good. Something that boosts your immunity is always welcome. It may be in a
Hmm.
form of proper diet. You need to eat well at this stage. Maybe you should take vaccines for preventing viral infections. Or you take, if suppose
Right.
unfortunately the COVID virus has come in you and it has caused infection, then one has to get admitted and resort to the latest the medicines that are available.
Okay, are there any medicines available right now?
Yeah, there are a lot of antiviral drugs that have been used, and a lot of them have been manufactured in India, and there have been newer medicines also which have come up. But
Right.
now there are this hydroxychloroquine. Of course, it is working well within India. We have a lot of studies saying that the disease is getting controlled. Unfortunately, in the US, for some reason, they have not found such a big effect with hydroxychloroquine. We don't know why
Hmm.
it is so, but
People were
mainly
using dexamethasone over there.
dexamethasone is basically a steroid which helps in immunomodulation, because it is basically what happens is in a COVID reaction, in a COVID infection, it is basically a cytokine storm. Now, cytokine storm means the reaction to or the immune system works so fast and so rapidly against the virus that suddenly it causes a inflammatory reaction, and that inflammatory reaction
Hmm.
causes a lot of exudation, especially in the lungs, and that is why there's a problem. So the dexamethasone is basically a steroid which suppresses these reactions. It is not a treatment, but for symptomatic relief, and of course treatment in the sense for serious patients where the cytokine storm is already taking place, where they are not able to breathe, and
Hmm.
yes, that is used
Yeah, it
dexamethasone.
might be a temporary replacement for some people.
Yes,
But I wanted to
there are a lot
ask
of
you because, yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
No, there are many other things which are tried for terminal patients, like plasmapheresis and other things. They are
Right.
trying antibodies. They are segregating antibodies from patients who have recovered from the coronavirus and instilling in them in patients and trying to see if it works. And it is working in a few.
Right. Because there was a study, like I heard on another podcast that there was a study in Brazil that llamas antibodies are used. Like they are
See
thinking
what
llamas might be the cure.
see this particular virus. Yet we do not know exactly from where it has come. They say it must
Right.
have come from bats, but there's a controversy again in Wuhan how it started, because they claim that that animal a market had no bats, but then they say some of the Chinese government said that it probably could have come from the bats. But there are a lot of viruses in the animal kingdom.
Hmm.
There are thousands and thousands of viruses which are there, and quite a few of them may be coronaviruses. Corona is basically where it has an anchoring around the virus. It has an anchoring.
Right.
It is different from SARS in the sense that it has those anchoring protuberances which get attached to the throat, and when you cough, sneeze, it
Hmm.
gets expelled, and then the infection is it's transmitted. It's more than SARS. So
Hmm.
that is different. There are a lot of viruses like this in the animal kingdom which can cause problems and
But there are
infection.
also 7 layers to look 7 types of COVID, 7 types of COVID viruses.
There are various thousands of those viruses in animal kingdom. Each animal must be
Oh.
having a different kind of viruses. And the problem with this particular virus is it is mutating in the sense it's changing its form. And there may be a different strain in Italy, there is different strain in China, there is a different strain in India, and it is in that also it's going on changing its form.
Hmm.
And that is why we are not able to pinpoint as to one particular type of medicine working for it. We are trying different kind of things to get it in control.
Right. So I mean, if someone has kicked COVID, like if someone has been cured from COVID right now, is there any chance that the exposure might lead to immunity?
Yeah, that is what UK government was saying, that herd immunity. They were thinking that it may get controlled when the immunity develops. Herd immunity means
Right.
a lot of people are getting infected with the virus, and the virus in general produces a lot of antibodies, and it gets so controlled that the transmission level is little less, and the infection level gets controlled because of production of antibodies against this particular. It's something similar to what happened in polio vaccine. Like we are giving polio vaccine to prevent infection, and it has gotten control. It is all because of herd immunity. Because
Right.
when a lot of people see what happens, a particular type of virus is there in a particular species, for example,
Hmm.
it's lot of years of the virus remaining in that species, it doesn't become harmful to that species because there is some amount of immunity which has developed. Now this one
Hmm.
is a new virus. Since it is a new virus and our bodies are not prepared to fight the infection, this kind of response is seen. Suppose over a period of time, suppose this virus becomes, experts say, epidemiologists say that this particular virus might stay as a regular flu virus for the years to come. That means it is a part of the human, system. It might keep
Yeah,
on
it'll
getting
be an
transmitted.
endemic.
Yes, it might become an endemic, and it might keep showing, and maybe the reaction will not be this bad, but time
Right.
will tell. Time will tell.
Okay, so nothing is substantially confirmed yet. It's all
Yeah, nothing.
speculation.
But it is a new virus. It is a new virus.
Right.
It has not been seen earlier. And now this particular virus, now we don't know what is happening to the primary cases that have happened. And if they get reinfected, how they are going to present, what is their immunity is, going to be. Yet time is going to tell. Maybe the next year we will get an idea as to how people are responding. Suppose the response in the future generation, in the secondary cases, that is, if there's a
Hmm.
primary case and this particular person gets infected again, and how
Hmm.
the response is going to be determined with time.
Right. So I wanted to ask this that we hear everywhere ki wear mask and go to a doctor if you cough and what just normal stuff. But how do you protect your immune system? How do you make sure it is strong enough to at least battle the virus.
Yes. That's very important because it's a part of how we are going to address the whole hygiene aspect of it. We have to maintain proper hygiene. That is a basic thing. In fact, for India,
Right.
I am not saying it's a blessing. I'm not at all saying it's a blessing, but somehow the in disguise, it's a blessing. For us, because we learn cleanliness, hygiene, hand washing
Hmm.
is very important. Hand washing, simple soap, any soap. Not It's not required that you wash your hands with medicated soap. You can use a simple soap and wash your hands frequently. Before eating food, after coming back, coming from outside. In earlier Indian traditions, we used to always wash our hands, legs, face. So these, in fact, in some of the villages also, people used to have bath and then come into the house. You're not taken directly from outside in. So these things have been time tested and people have seen that it works. So that is why the traditions have been this way. So simple things like, you cannot go the Western way. You cannot walk in with your shoes from outside and walk into your house. So these kind of things we have to
Hmm.
change now. And anyways, we don't have it in our culture. But then hand washing is very primal. It's very, very important. And it is a virus. The virus is getting transmitted from the nose and the mouth and the eyes.
Hmm.
So these are orifices from where the virus is getting transmitted into your system. So the nose and the mouth have to be protected, and the eyes,
Eyes too. All
and
right.
your hands are touching your face very frequently. So once your hands are going to touch your face, then you are going to be, and your hands are invariably all over the place because you're working with your hands alone. So you're touching the knob, the switches, you're touching the lift switch, you're coming home and touching all over the surface. So if there is a virus on your hand, it will get planted on all the surfaces, and unfortunately this virus is staying for a long time. It may stay for maybe 2 days to something like 7 days. On plastics and steel, it is staying for a very long time, like 7 days. So if it is staying that long, and suppose somebody else comes and touches that surface, and the person invariably touches the mouth and then gets an infection. So you have
Right.
to maintain a lot of hygiene. So the face, the mask has to be worn especially when you're venturing outside. If suppose you're not a healthcare person, of course, we healthcare persons are using N95 mask, we're using glares, we're using a face shield, and or else we use at least a three-ply mask. But in case that is not possible in general public, you have to use a cloth mask, that to a three-ply. So it cannot be a
Hmm.
very thin mask. Cloth is also very thin, that won't do. It has to be a proper three-ply mask, and which can be washed easily in soap water when you come home. And it's preferably in these days where there's a problem. If you're going out, please come and have a bath, proper head bath. I mean, even it can
Hmm.
even stick to your hair, and it can stay on the hair for a long time. So it's good to have a proper bath once you come from outside.
Yeah. So there was a study in Brazil that 98% of people who died from COVID were lacking vitamin D.
See, vitamin D deficiency is a very common entity that is seen. And
Hmm.
even in India, we have a lot. It is like an epidemic, vitamin D deficiency. Invariably, 95% of the patients might be having, people are having vitamin D deficiency, though we have a lot of sunlight. Now we need to get
Hmm.
exposed to the sunlight, and you have to be in the sunlight, in the hot sun for at least 3 hours, which is not possible. Okay, and especially
Right.
when we dark skinned people, we have sites which are blocking, and then the conversion of active vitamin D is not happening. And that is the reason why this kind of epidemic of vitamin D deficiency is happening. Now, vitamin D deficiency is associated with a lot of autoimmune conditions, autoimmune reactions. Okay, and it is also associated with certain dermatitis, dementia, diabetes, obesity, and even cancers. There are a lot of associated, lot of studies going on. With vitamin D deficiency, and a lot of health issues, infertility. Like, I'm a gynecologist, so we are
Hmm.
seeing a lot of infertility patients vitamin D deficiency. We are seeing obstetric. We are trying to rectify these even prior to the pregnancy, or when she gets pregnant. We are trying to give her supplements, and even the baby post delivery is given certain vitamin D supplements. So supplementation is very important. In fact, all of us should take vitamin D at least around 2,000 international units per day, which may not be there in a diet.
Right. So 2000 IUS can be
because
taken
most
as
of
a
us
pill.
are international units. So at least you should take around 60,000 international units every month. So you small capsules or you small bottles in which there is vitamin D. So it's doctors are recommending.
Doctors are recommending vitamin D.
So nuts they're rich in magnesium, so that's very important. Now, besides the vitamin D, there is zinc. Now, zinc is also important for immune reaction. To prevent infections, zinc is very, very important. Now, zinc plays a very important role at the cellular level in virus to the and its replication. So if there is zinc deficiency, also there is a problem. So you have healthy
Right.
food. Again, the
We
vegetarian
have to have
food is
healthy
rich
food.
in zinc, but then vegetarians can have milk products. Yeah, healthy food. It's very essential. Again, Abhi,
Yeah. So, but
connect.
what, like, there is something which I heard that meat causes COVID. Like, is it like, should we avoid non-veg? Should non-veg be avoided?
No, no, it is not necessary that non-veg has to be avoided, but handling
Hmm.
of the non-vegetarian products is a little risky in the sense raw meat, because a
Right.
lot of I told you earlier also that there are thousands of viruses. There are viruses we haven't studied in the animal kingdom. There are that many, and one of them is this virus wasn't known to us, but then it has come,
Hmm.
and it is because the zoonotic viruses are coming into the human kind, and they are getting, that is because in China they were attacked by the Huns and all that. These people used to go into the forest, and once they go into the forest they used to hunt. They had to live in the cold. They have very extreme climates, so they started eating wild animals. And once you started
Hmm.
eating wild animals, the wild animal viruses came into their circulation. So a lot of these, and they are habits now. These are habits. So they are still used to this kind of wild animal they have as a dietary source. So
Right.
that is how this virus has come. So we are very amazed at the kind of cuisine that these people have, but then they are doing it because it was somewhere there was a need for it those days, but today it has become a part of their culture. And because of the culture, we have had lot of viral episodes which are circulating from China. So it has come from the zoonotics. It's a zoonotic virus. Now it
Right.
probably become a part of our human viruses, which
Hmm. So, but what else? Like, for example, normal balanced diet. What should be contained now? Like, there is a lot of speculation that we should avoid cold stuff. You should not eat anything which is cold. Only with everything which is hot, and whatever's coming in, you cannot eat for 2 to 3 days, something like that.
now there is a little bit of myth also to it, and there are certain facts also. Okay, when
Right.
you're getting food from outside, the packaging that is there, even a cardboard packing, might the virus might live on it for at least 22 days. Okay, so now the vegetables and all that, they are degradable. So what can you do to the degradable? At least for 4 to 5 hours, thoroughly wash them. Some people are washing them in alum. Some people are using salt. Some people are using detergent. So
Hmm.
mild detergent. So there are some food safe detergents also available. You can wash with something and keep them, dry them, and then don't use them immediately. Don't cook those things immediately. Don't handle them basically. And suppose,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Hmm.
it is liable to cooking. So once we cook the food, the virus is supposed to disintegrate. But the
Right.
person handling it should thoroughly wash their hands. Now people are eating
Hmm.
non-veg as well. Maybe the handling of the raw meat is a little risky. But then once that is handled, once it's washed and other things, you can always wash your hands thoroughly. So that much of care you have to take. And then any food that you eat, don't eat raw. You just wash it thoroughly and cook it and eat. Of course, you have to have salads. Now salads are a must again because they have their own advantages of immunoboosters. So
Hmm.
certain vitamins which get degraded when you cook, so you have to eat. But then you have to wash it thoroughly. Maybe if you're eating a cucumber, just peel it. If you're eating a tomato, maybe you thoroughly wash it. You understand? Don't consume. There are
Right.
certain things which you can store and eat. But the thing is that you cannot eat from the fridge and other things. Of course, we are Indians, we are used to eating fresh and we get everything fresh. Only
Hmm.
thing problem is now going and buying it from the market every other time you can't go. But
Hmm.
you must eat healthy, you must eat fresh. And some people have allergy, they develop a problem when they eat cold. Like if you you have cold drinks, you are more prone for sore throat. So there was, I had seen some interview with a doctor.
Hmm.
He recommends that if suppose you're eating cold and you catch hold of some viral infections and the virus is sitting in your throat, okay, because these are generally stored food, isn't it? The ones which
Right.
is cooked is already stored, so it may be stored for 24 hours, 48 hours, maybe if you're eating an ice cream, maybe 10 days old it may be.
Hmm.
There must be something growing in it. We really don't know. We are not culturing all the food that we have in the house. Okay, so such food if you are eating, which may be having some viral infection, which can sit in your throat and cause a problem. So it is recommended that you have some hot drink, or maybe a hot water, or maybe some tea or something like that, to cleanse your throat. So why?
Right.
And
All right.
so you have to decipher it now. You can also
But
have
also,
hmm,
huh. Go
you
ahead. Go
can
ahead. Go ahead.
you can have a lot of citric fruits. Citric fruits, now there's myth about that. If you have citric fruits, you tend to fall sick, but that is not a fact. Okay,
Right.
you must have a lot of citric fruits. Oranges you can have, lemon, lime juice you can have. So these are very important for reparative, because vitamin C helps in repairing the damaged tissue. So the
Hmm.
epithelium, because you get a sore throat. Now this is sore throat in the sense there are abrasions, there is some damage which has happened to the throat. So to prevent that, to regenerate that epithelium, vitamin C is very important.
Right. I need to ask you this, that as you mentioned the pregnant thing earlier, is this transferred by genetics? Like if there's a unlikely situation, or but maybe possible that if a pregnant lady has COVID and she has
Yeah,
a child,
yeah.
is the
See
child
now,
prone to get it?
there have been a lot of deliveries which have taken place, and in China also they have found that there is no maternal-fetal transmission of the virus. Luckily, now we have had a lot of
Hmm.
deliveries in our country also, mainly in Sion Hospital in Mumbai, where they have found very few, maybe 3, 4 babies out of so many that they have delivered. So whether the virus does not get transmitted is as a large entity, there is no maternal-fetal transmission of the virus. But post-delivery, when the baby is out and the mother is, handling the baby, there are chances that the baby may get it. But
Hmm.
maternal-fetal, largely it is no. But there have been 2, 3 babies which have got the virus positive post-delivery. Now that particular virus
Right.
is basically, it gets attached to something called ACE receptors, anticholinesterase. So what happens is these receptors are mainly there in the lungs, in the kidneys, in the intestines, and in the testes and ovaries. So these are places where these the viruses get attacked. These they are more there. So the patients
Hmm.
might present with severe lung infections, or they might present with loose motions. You know, and
Right.
those receptors are not there in the uterus, luckily.
So 90%, 98% chances are that
Almost,
you might not get it.
no, very rare that it has happened. But
Still, yeah.
the
But
whole,
okay,
at least that way, it is good.
yeah. But what
Segregation
about
of the
asymptomatic people? Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
most of them are asymptomatic. Most of the patients are asymptomatic, and they are a problem. So the problem is that those are young people, and 85% of them are asymptomatic. They hardly have any symptoms. They don't even know they have the virus. But these are the ones who are spreading it to others. So there is a universal precaution that we have to all take, and we should, when we venture out, especially once the lockdown is over. Now, unfortunately, in our area, we are still but then everything, people have to move out, life has to go on, but
Hmm.
precaution has to taken that the infection should not transmit. Like you have to be very responsible for the society now. You may be very healthy, you may have nothing, you are young, but still you may be carrier of the infection, and you must think of what is going to happen to people whom you are mingling with. Maybe you have grandparents at home, you're having elder colleagues in your workplace, or you're traveling, so you have your co-travelers. You must think about everyone, and please don't transmit the infection. So universal precaution of wearing a mask, keeping a 6 feet distance between people, maintaining that social distancing, very difficult in Mumbai, but you have to try, and one must
Hmm.
take that social responsibility. Yes.
Right. Oh. But okay, I read something on the internet that I don't know if anything truth in it, but asymptomatic people might not able to give virus. Like,
See, the
is this
patient
any true?
no, it's not true, because even in a primary case, that is, if suppose the patient has already got the infection at this stage, and there is a virus growing, you understand that his immunity, he or her immunity may be very good, and that person is trying to fight the virus. So
Hmm.
what happens is, till the pratikarak shakti is developed, till the immunity is developed, that person might sneeze, cough. Maybe he will not have a florid infection. He may not have fever, his high grade fever. He may not have very cough and breathlessness and other things. But he may have cough, sneezing, and that is a
Hmm.
time where the virus is getting transmitted. Now, suppose you are breathing. The person is breathing. The person is talking. So even loud talking can transmit the infection in maybe 5 minutes. But suppose you are sharing the space for more than 15 minutes, you are still the person around that person. In that particular zone, if the person is getting exposed for more than 15 minutes, will catch the infection because the person is breathing and talking.
Right. So now, isn't it
Yeah.
like you have to presume that you have the virus?
Yes, you must presume that you may be having the virus, and it is your duty to wear a mask when you're entering outside. It is your duty to maintain distance. It is your duty to seek a medical advice as quickly as possible if there are any symptoms, and take proper precautions and maintain your health well.
Right. Okay. Any tips to follow if a person is traveling? What else can you do? Like the normal stuff, the mask and everything.
Yeah, so one has to wear a three ply mask. It's good if you wear a eyewear. Now there are face shields also available which are going to cover your face. So if you find those plastic sheets, because what happens, the virus is heavy. So since it
Hmm.
is heavy, even if a person talks, say sneezes, okay, you have to maintain distance while you're moving around.
Right.
So you there are 6 feet distance. Even if the person sneezes, it will not go very far off. It is heavy, so it falls down. Suppose it is
Hmm.
flying here and then it falls on your mask. There are very less chances that it might reverse. It will go through your mask ulta. So it will fall
Hmm.
down. It touches down on the surface. So it is good to take all those precautions. And
Right.
see, wearing gloves is basically to protect your hands from getting contaminated. But you are still transmitting those you're touching all the surfaces. So from one area to the other to the other. So those transmissions, but you can always consider wearing gloves as well, because at least because you're conscious of your hand and you will not touch your face and other things. So
Right.
you
Right.
are very conscious.
Also, our
So
sleeping is very important for immunity. Like it's generally important, but for COVID, it's one of the factors.
yeah, you must sleep well. And sleep is very essential because it's the body reparative time. The whole body, it's taking rest, and all the damaged areas are getting repaired. So basically your intestine, the entire intestine is replaced in every 24 hours. So you just imagine how much of reparative work is happening, and all that happens only when you're resting, because other times your energy is getting utilized in working, in thinking, and doing so much of activity where the energy is going towards that area. So the body mechanism, the circadian rhythm is meant so that the body rests and repairs. So the sleep is the main time, and if it repairs well and it rests well, then the immunity is to its maximum. Because you yourself, suppose
Hmm.
you are into the acting field and all that. Suppose you have a night shift, you are working in the night, you've not slept. You know
Hmm.
how exhausted you get the next day.
Right.
So it's a personal experience. So one has to rest. It's very essential.
Hmm. And does nicotine have any part in this? Like, I read
See now,
something about nicotine.
yeah. So they have found some in some parts of the world, especially in China, where they have found that smokers have less of this particular condition. But it's a common sense. You understand? Common sense tells us that nicotine is basically a vasoconstrictor. It reduces the blood vessel flow. So that is why it is more. If suppose a person is chronic smoker, is more prone for heart attacks. Is more prone for strokes. That is Ardham Vayu, and he's more prone for even cancers and lung damage, because the lung gets fibrotic. It gets lung cancers are very common in these people. So already the lung is damaged. Logic tells us that in a damaged lung, if there is some infection like this, it is bound to cause more damage. So it's common sense that nicotine is anyways not very good. It's not at all good. I mean, we don't
Of course,
ask.
yeah.
So, but there are some studies, probably those studies where they found that okay, nicotine, these people are less prone for it and the others are more prone for it. It's because probably the young Chinese generation is more into smoking and they have a better immune mechanism as compared to the elderly who probably is not smoking. So there may be a bias
Yeah.
study. I don't think that it has any weightage. One
Right.
shouldn't.
Yeah, of course, one shouldn't smoke. So,
Yeah.
okay. So to end this, other than home remedies, what else would you advise? Like vitamin D pills, 2000
Yes.
IUS.
Yeah, vitamin D supplements you can always take. You may do your vitamin D levels and find out how low it is, because there are injectables also. Vitamin D, you consult your doctor, find out what your level is, and then accordingly you can treat yourself. Magnesium is very essential because just vitamin D is not important and not doesn't work well, because there are 1,500 reactions where magnesium is important, and it works only when uh, magnesium level is good. So your diet should contain a lot of cereals, and it should have a lot of nuts in it, because source of magnesium as well. So there are combination pills, so that is very essential. Zinc intake is very important because zinc is it helps in immune reaction. It helps in improving immunity. So zinc supplements are also there. Zincovit is there. There are a lot of zinc supplements, but you can always go for food. You can have a lot of
Natural
nuts,
stuff.
cereals. If you are having product, yes, natural, and milk products, you can go for those. Zinc is very
Right.
essential, and
And
of
also
course, you must
exercise.
take a doctor's help whenever required. Yes, exercise very, very, very essential. There are a lot of people who exercise well. They do pranayam. Yoga is very essential because yoga is basically anulom vilom, kapalbhati. Simple exercises. Simple. They are so simple, but then they open up your upper respiratory tract, and then once it opens up, the congestion is less. The congestion is less. The blood flow is properly maintained there, and because of which
Right.
they will so there are some Indian studies. Some doctor has, cardiologist who is working in the COVID has found that when they do some techniques, they in the yoga, they clear out by using, I don't know what that is called. They use water to cleanse the nasal system.
Okay.
What it is called. So
We can do steam as well for
yeah, you
that.
can take steam inhalation. You can just gargle your throat with salt water. Whenever you have to do that. You these Ayurvedic kadas and all that because it's hot and there are certain ingredients in it like ginger and other things. They are basically irritants, so they increase the blood flow. Once they increase blood flow, then the cells also the immune cells, they land up there and they phagocytize those things, and at that entry level it is stopped, the infection is controlled, so that is important.
Right. My mom is
And
cooking kada right now.
yeah, that's very important. Good.
Haldi and
uh,
neem.
yes, good. So that has to continue, and you must also consider taking the vaccine. Now there are flu
Right.
vaccines which are well, even we keep a lot of stock for our patients and of course their husbands and other things. Why? Because we don't want pregnant ladies to get infected with and the husband should not get it, the family shouldn't get it. So we are recommending vaccination. Of course we do regularly vaccinate our pregnant ladies, but the husband is also vaccinated, and we encourage the family also to get vaccinated so that the virus does not come home. Now, it may be a simple flu, but you do not know, and the stress is so much, and stress decreases immunity because everybody is really worried. If you're
Hmm.
seeing people around you falling sick, getting admitted to hospital, getting critical, and you hear deaths, it's very very stressful for the family. Once there is stress, the immunity goes down. So why get into all that situation? Please take one vaccine. A flu vaccine is available, and hopefully I just pray that the coronavirus vaccine comes in early, so that we have a complete range, and we have a full immune system active to fight against this infection.
Right. Till then, can we depend on this Baba Ramdev's medicine?
Baba Ramdev is also doing studies, no, now. So he has done certain studies. We don't know which group of patients he has worked with, but probably the milder cases. If suppose there are positive cases which are mild, most of them get they recover on their own. But there must be some weightage. We have to see in critical patients what is going to happen, and if it is working, why not?
Right. All right. On that note, we'll end this.
Yes. Thank you,
Thank you
Keval.
so much, Dr.
Thank you.
Vidya Patil, for coming on this.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Bye.
All right.